What's going on, everyone? It's time to talk about a sci-fi thriller called Killer Deal. This one was actually hard to find info on. It's kind of lost in time. It was released by Alliance Atlantis Films sometime in 1999. It was produced by Aaron J. Shelley, written by Peter Hancock and William Gray, and directed by Clay Barris, who's also done some other interesting films like Prom Night 4, Deliver Us from Evil, Alligator Shoes, The Pawn, and Quite Cool. But um, so Killer Deal is your typical sci-fi thriller. It's there's a detective and he gets a sense of and uh, some people like alert him basically that there's an illegal organ harvesting ring in his area, and he tries to attempt to take him down when no one believes him. And he basically goes. It's basically him trying to catch up to this organ harvesting ring, which uses these new sci-fi looking gadgets to cut into people's chests and stuff, taking their organs out, and it leaves very little trace, so it's hard for him to prove it, and it's up to him to find who's behind it all and stop them. It's your typical good guy, bad guy chase movie with some organ harvesting and some interesting cinematography in it. This looked weird for a film. The cinematography was, some scenes were really bright and like almost too bright, and some of the other ones are like darker and weird. But yeah, for the film itself, the acting was cool. The characters are not that bad. They're somewhat developed, which I was pretty impressed with. And like I like the organ harvesting like stuff that they have going on. It actually kind of intrigued me a bit and kind of hooks you in a bit more than most films do. But him running around from lead to lead, it gets pretty boring for the most part between good stuff. And so that's the one sin most movies should not do. It's not all the time. There's some drag, but then it picks up and then it drags and then it picks up. So it's not that bad. But for this type of film, I thought it was going to be like go, go, go constantly, not like we're going to hang out in an interrogation room for like 5-10 minutes and then move on. But uh, indie filmmaking at its finest, I guess. But for the most part, it's not that bad of a film. It's a standard sci-fi thriller storyline, and there's definitely more story to this than most of the sci-fi films I've talked about previously in the last few videos. So, yeah, I was pretty impressed with that. I was just like bored for half of it, which is something I don't really want to be when I'm trying to watch an interesting thriller. I want it to be thrilling and engaging the whole time, which this one kind of dumbed down. I see why this one kind of fell into obscurity. It's also, I think, in the public domain now, and so I found this on one of those 10 sci-fi film pack DVDs from Echo Bridge or whatever. So, but yeah, overall, it was decent. The action scenes and stuff are pretty well choreographed, and some of the special effects were actually amusing to look at. They're not the greatest, but it's definitely, I've seen way worse. So I'll give it all that. But yeah, the story was a little bit boring and needed maybe a little bit more beefing up. But other than that, it's a pretty decent film. If you like sci-fi thrillers and a good chase, with good guy and bad guy chase type movies, you'll probably enjoy this one to an extent, depending on how much you are looking for. Don't look for top of the line like Mission Impossible, James Bond stuff. This is pretty bottom tier, but but it's still somewhat a decent film. So I'm going to give this one a rating right on the line at 2.5 out of 5. It wasn't too bad, just a little bit boring, but if a little more spacing up and maybe a little more better cinematography, could have done a little bit better, I thought, but that's just me. So, yeah, Killer Deal. Check it out. There's a trailer link down below, like always. And also make sure you check out my Instagram. It's always linked down below, too, where I always post clips of films I'm going to view in the future on my story. Usually I have the film title and a hashtag, subgenre, film and a hashtag. It's in the video clips, so you're aware of it. Or you could also follow me on Letterbox. I'll link that down below, too. It's at Derek P Reviews, and that's where I post my first star rating right after watching films. So, yeah, follow me on one of those two to stay in the loop. Make sure you like this video, share it so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought. And yeah, if you have any films like this sort of style that you want to hear my opinions on, or any subgenre, doesn't matter, I'll watch anything. Comment those down below, try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them, make sure you subscribe, because you never really know what I'm going to talk about next, and hopefully we find something interesting and obscure to check out together. So yeah, yeah, Killer Deal, pretty interesting, but still needs a little bit of work, but it was still a decent film, not too bad. So definitely seemed way worse than this. So with that, I'm off for now. Watch out for all those organ harvesters out there, especially when you travel and stuff. That's getting to be really crazy right now. So who knows? But yeah, so I know the last few have been short, but it's hard to do reviews when it's the same old, like basic stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully we get some more interesting films to talk about soon. But for now, that's it for this one. Check out Killer Deal. It's a fun little thriller, so check it out. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So, cheers.